my God. So this is what it's come to. Just me sitting down in the kitchen after work and just seeing how this goes. Yeah. Bias Gamer Podcast. I thought I would do this. I'm just going to talk a little bit to myself and about myself and kind of give you guys more of a long version of what's been going on in my life. So to start, if you guys did not know, I no longer live with my parents, and I've told the story many times, so it should be like known pretty well. But I do not live with my parents. I moved to San Diego 2 years ago. Wow, 2 years. Yeah, this June is 2 years, so it's like a year and a half right now. And had a couple of odd jobs. When I first moved to San Diego, my cousin was like, hey, you got to get a job within 30 days or we're going to send you back. And I got a job like in 1 day and I started working, I think, in 5. So it was pretty quick. And after, it was 5 guys at first. And after that, I quit that job on the spot in the worst way fucking possible. And I I went to AMC. And AMC, I worked at that place, I think for 6 months as well. And I did like it. I really did like it, but the only thing that sucked is that the hours were shit, and the pay was minimum wage, so it wasn't good. And I kept trying to get a promotion for 50 cents, a promotion, and it just would not fucking happen. I couldn't. Actually, no, it did happen. I got the promotion, but I had to transfer to a different theater, a different AMC, because I was moving, and I didn't do the math or just the data sooner, but it turns out that regardless where I lived, the theater that I transferred to and the one I was working at would have been the same distance to get to. So I didn't have the transfer. I could have been fine and just stuck with it and got the promotion, but no. Anyways, I left that place, went to the other AMC, and after a month of that, it came really clear to me that I would have to work my way up, get to know the whole crew, and somehow impose on them that I can actually be a crew lead, and also to the managers and supervisors that I can actually do that job. And I just could not do it again because it does get really... It got sickening to me. I felt really disgusted working there. I know everything about the whole AMC thing, and everyone's talking to me like, oh, do you know what this is? And do you know what that is? And you know how we do this? And I'm like, dude, I've fucking done this already for a long time, and I was already offered crew lead, so it's like, you're just preaching to the choir, you know? After that, I thought, I'm going to get a job much closer to where I live. It was across the street. I worked at McDonald's, and I thought McDonald's is not a smart choice. And it wasn't. It was, I think it was like 300. I only got 2 checks from them, but it was not worth it. It was not worth it. It was really bad. But I got that just as a placeholder until I got another job. The one that I randomly applied to was Viejas Casino and Resort, a casino. I applied to it, and the position was basically... a guest service associate would be the best way to say it. That's all I was. But it's just... It was getting to me because I was... Okay, for starters, I got fired from that job. Between you and I got fucking fired. But I thought, I'll stick with it. But what was really affecting it was... The job itself was affecting me really negatively. For starters, also in that time, I dated someone from AMC. Her name was Alexis, and now she's my girlfriend, and we intend to get married soon. So there's a lot of stuff you guys do not know because I have not been involving you into my life, and it's really weird that I haven't been doing that because I always have done that for the past like 7 years or something. Anyways, so one of the bad things about this job at the casino was that I could not give her all of my attention, all of my time. I couldn't do that. I would work from midnight till 8 o'clock. And I would have to leave for work at like 11:20. So from 11:20, and I would get home at 9. So from 11:20 to 9, almost like 10 or 11 hours, I would not be anywhere near her. And since I get home during the day at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock actually, I would stay up and be with her until 6 p.m., 5 p.m., and I'll sleep for like 3 hours and then go back to work. And I did this for a very long time. It even went to the point where I would sleep for, what the fuck was it? For no hours. Yeah, no shit. I would stay up 24 hours. The maximum I stayed up was like 51 hours or 49 hours. I stayed up because I went to work and I just like, did all of work. I went back home and I couldn't sleep. So I was up on my computer and I was just like, trying to do some 3D modeling, Unreal Engine 4. And I realized it was like 8 p.m. And I was like, fuck, I got to get to sleep. I got to wake up in 2 hours. I lay down, could not get to sleep, and I text her. I was like, Alexis, I'm kind of freaking out right now because I'm not sleepy. I can't sleep, and I work in 2 hours, and I'm not sure how this is going to happen. I've been up 24 hours, and by the time I get back home, I would be up 36 hours. I'm not sure what to do. And she's like, fuck. And she's like, try to sleep. And I tried to sleep. Didn't happen. I went to work. And keep in mind, this is a 30-minute drive to work. So I drove with no sleep to work and back. And, by the time I went to sleep, it was at least 48 hours, something like that. Very bad. It was a good paying job. Every check I was getting like $850 to like $900. This is take home. Actual money I was getting like $1,200, $1,100, $1,100 to $1,200. But I got fired from that job. The reason why is because since I live so far, in a casino, we had a shuttle bus. So we would park in a certain area, and we'd have to take the bus, like a 3-minute bus ride to the actual casino to take us there because they didn't want us to park with the guest. And sometimes I would miss that bus. And if you missed that bus, you got to now run or walk to the casino and clock in. So if you're running 5 minutes late, you clock in at 12 and it's 11:55, that bus would take you there in time. If you miss that bus, you're late. And I guess I accumulated like 7 or 8 tardies or whatever. I was late. And they showed them to me, and it was like 1 minute late, 2 minutes late, 4 minutes late. And there was a couple times. One time I was an hour late, and another time I was like 40 minutes to half an hour late. And it, fuck. So they're like, hey, we need you to sign this thing. And I'm like, what is this? And they're like, this is stating that if you're late for the next 3 months, if you are late one time, 1 second, like 1 minute, you do not clock in on time, we're going to part ways from you, and you are going to be let go from the company. And I'm like, fuck, that's pretty serious, but okay, we'll do this. Hindsight, I should have thought it, because no one ever... I did sign a contract saying, I understand I have to be on time all the time, whatever. But no one ever came to me and said, hey, you've had 5 tardies, so this is your warning. Next time we're going to be giving you a contract that says, a disciplinary, whatever they gave me. But instead, it just went straight to, okay, sign this paper. If you're late once, you're fired. There was no warning before that. It was just like, oh, you're late, Vic, what the heck? And I'm like, sorry. And they're like, it's okay. That's all I got all those times. So on New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve, I wanted to spend all the holidays with my girlfriend because it was our first set of holidays. So luckily, I spent Thanksgiving with her. I spent, this recent Valentine's Day I spent with her. I spent Christmas Eve with her and Christmas Day. Well, no, Christmas Eve. Christmas Day as well. I went to her place. And then New Year's. New Year's, I stayed there, and I wanted to be there and give her the New Year's kiss. So I called my boss, and I was like, yo, is there like a way I can come in an hour later and leave an hour later? Because there should be enough people at night to cover for me, and there should be, we have the whole crew of 3-4 people coming in the morning to cover, to take over. So we should be good. So can I stay late? And she did not try to respond to me for about a month. I asked her this in like November 28th or December 1st, and she didn't reply to me until basically the 30th of December or the 31st. And she's like, yes, you can come an hour late. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to give my girl that kiss and go to work. And I did that, you know. I clock in, all's good, and I do my shift, and then I have 2 days off. And when I come back, my boss, she comes to me and she's like, hey, can I talk to you real quick? And I'm like, fuck. I don't know, you know, every time a manager comes to you and says, can I talk to you for a quick second in my office? It just doesn't feel good, and there's no way for that to feel good at all. So I was like, what did I do? So she takes me to her office, and she's like, so on January 1st, you clocked in, you were allowed to clock in an hour later. We let you do that. But you clocked in an hour and 1 minute later. And I was like, oh. And she's like, yeah. So since that 1 minute, we did not excuse, you were a minute late, and you clocked in late, and that leads to termination. And I was like, well, shit. And she looked at me, and I think she probably had a kick out of my, like, not nonsense, my non-reaction to it. I was just like, okay. And then I'm like, where do I sign? And then she's like, right here, bada bing, bada boom, give me your thing, and then that's it. I was out. My employee number was 17436. I was the 17,436th employee they ever hired. And it came as a shock because I've been trying to move out. I live with her dad right now, and I've been trying to move out. I've been living with him for 6 months. I don't have any place. I don't have any privacy. I don't have a room. I don't got a TV. I don't got a console. I don't got a computer. I have my girlfriend's laptop that can just essentially run Hulu, Netflix, and Google Chrome. Like, it's not a good laptop. So I have nothing, and trying to save up, having this news that, hey, you, like, very suddenly have no income. You were making, like, you know, $1,800 a month. Now you're making more like nothing. And I was like, fuck. But like I do, I got a job pretty quickly. It took about a week until I got my first interview. And now I work at Olive Garden. And when you're here, you're family. And I went there and I worked there, and that's where I'm at right now. They had 4 interviews, and it was a little much. And I'm already like 3 table certified. A lot of shit, but that's where I'm at now. And now I have about like 35 days to come up with some money and move out, or else I'm not sure what's going to happen. This is why I've not been able to be with you folks and stream. I so want to stream. It's going to be so weird, though, because I have this other element in my life, and that's my girlfriend. And she's not seen me stream. She's seen my streams. She's seen my videos. She was in one of my YouTube videos, and but she's never, like, been in my presence of when I'm streaming and when I'm with you guys, playing for you guys and, talking with you. Things get pretty rowdy, and different. And I feel like she's never seen that side of me, so she might be like, what the fuck's going on here? Who are you? But it's funny. So, yeah, I just feel like when I get my own place, it's going to be awkward to stream with her, because even when I was sharing a room with my cousin or anything like that, whenever someone else is in the room, it's different. It's off-putting. It's kind of like how some YouTubers, I forgot who they were, they're very like, hey, what's up, guys? We're going to be doing this today, and then, a giant bomb. I don't know, some shit like that, very energetic. But then once they would collab with other YouTubers, these other YouTubers said that they noticed that, they would, like, not be themselves. And it's because some YouTubers are, like, solely in their own personal space with just the camera, and they can somehow dive into this different personality and persona, and it's just, boom, I am this YouTuber, I am this influencer, personality, whatever. And I guess when they would go by other YouTubers to collab, they would not be the same. And I think one person that also said this was PewDiePie, or who was it? Or someone else. How some people would be like so energetic and just very charismatic in their videos. And then somehow he met them in person. I forgot for what. And he noticed that they were so shy. I think Leafy was one of them as well. That he they're not the same person. They're very different. And also, it was also for like advertisements, when they would be like in an advertisement video with a company, like in a commercial. Let's take for example, and I don't want to use this guy, but Jake Paul is going to be doing a commercial for Tesla or something. And he's in his videos, since he's in charge and he gets to direct the flow of how it goes, he can be himself, and he's comfortable around his friends and whatever. But then let's say if he went to go do a commercial for like Tesla, and the director and everyone else, and there's cameras and lights and makeup, he would get nervous because it's not his own space, you know? And I feel like that with my girlfriend. I'm be like, so I sometimes say the N-word, so don't be shocked. But I just want to see how this goes if you guys use the Overcast app. I also want to see about uploading this to YouTube, seeing how this look, how does this play out? Because I think you can upload audio format, and it's just going to be black. Who knows? But fellas, my people, I think by the end of March, I should have my own place. I have to have my own place, and then I should be back to streaming. Back to those classics, Dark Souls, Deus Ex. I never streamed Deus Ex, but there's so many games to play, but the main things I gotta upgrade my computer. It's fucking junk. It doesn't work anymore. It's bad. It works, but it's like it can't run very good games while trying to stream very good quality. So it's, we'll work with it, though. That's been 16 minutes. And, I'm curious about seeing how it comes out. If I can upload it to YouTube, I might have to, make something. But, everyone, this was a really short, it wasn't even a podcast. It was just me talking. But it was kind of like a longer update video. But do know that all of you, like Rodman, Devin, Gazillion, all of you, I do care about you guys. Or, Corvo, or Null, if that's what you want to go with. Williams, whoever your names are. Nikhail, Nikita, that's a TV show. I do miss chatting with you guys. And I'm also sorry for the Discord. I try to chat in the Discord, but there's like no one there. Like, I'm like, hey, and one person's like, hi Vic, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, and they don't reply, and I'm like, okay, well, this is dead. I'm sure if I were to trim everyone else off who's not been in that chat for 30 days, it would go down to like 10 people, and it's kind of sad because we were at one point like I think 150. But everyone, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and eventually I will come back to streaming, I promise, or at least some sort of uploaded content, all right? I'll see you guys next time.